Hey, Kate's crew, I am so excited, and I'm going to tell you why in just a second. I'm going to let you look at our sunflowers in our garden. There's a little goat. The goats have been out here eating those sunflowers. I came out to do this, hang up laundry, and I got sidetracked, as is often the case in my garden, because there's so many things I check on, like this cucumber and these. Maybe those are Jerusalem artichokes, maybe they're not. And as I was coming around the corner, we have, as you guys know from past videos, lots of wild passion fruit. Here's some right here on the vine. They're starting to come down in the hoop house. And for the most part, they still look very green. Here's another hoop house with the sunflowers and the passion fruit in them. But as I was over here checking out my tomatoes, which my goats have kind of come through, and yet they've put on a little bit more fruit. See if I can get the tomato in there. There they are. One of these passion fruit vines, fruit was ripe. And so I picked it and I ate it. The first ripe passion fruit of this summer, and it was so tasty. I didn't know anything about passion fruit when I got here, and they were growing on the property, and I thought they were some kind of weird weed, and so I let my goats eat them. But then when I actually did a plant identification on them and found out they were an edible fruit, that sold me. So I researched our area. Here's some more up here. I researched our area and I found out there's two kinds that grow here. There's a yellow ripening one. I'm going to set my tripod up so everything will stop shaking here in just a minute. There's a yellow one that gets ripe, and there's a purple one. And we have found the purple one only once here. And it too tasted really good. So here, let me drop this one down. I can get right to my point. Let me let you look at these wonderful sunflowers again. The sunflowers come from feed. They are not something we plant. We get sunflowers for our critters to eat. And some of the sunflowers fall down and then they grow, and then they make more sunflowers, and then they grow, and then they make more sunflowers, and then they grow. So we have them in our garden. Let me make myself comfortable so I can make my point. And it's just a shame because yesterday one of the brothers who helped with the wood really loves passion fruit, and I told him, I'm sorry, it's not really ripe yet, because mainly you see the lime green ones. They aren't ripe yet. They have to turn yellow. It can be a light yellow, it can be a solid yellow. The one I ate that was perfectly ripe was barely yellow, but it was still ripe, and you don't know until you break into them exactly how ripe they are, but mainly they're yellow. So I told him there weren't any ripe, and here I found the first ripe one, and now I feel a little guilty, because if I'd known it was ripe, I could have told him, oh, there's a ripe one out there, go get it, and he would have loved it. But it has given me an idea. Not only do I absolutely thank the Father and give him credit for blessing us with land with all this fruitful stuff on it. And if you remember the video I did with those little squash that taste like cucumbers, those vines are just going crazy. So yesterday, Sister Cindy and I were able to gather some and share them with Bear and Matt and the other brothers who were helping with the wood. Okay, sounds good. And they had never seen them before, and they were like, wow, that tastes like cucumber. And I'm like, yeah, and they're free, and they're all over the place. So exciting. I don't know if I told you guys, maybe I did tell you guys, when I made the blackberry wine, I had mixed up some sugar water that was going to be involved in the winemaking process, and then we didn't need it. And so it sat around on my counter for weeks since I did that casking video. And so when we were making the grape wine, I said to Sister Cindy, like, I have this sugar water and maybe, we can use it as we do the fluids and the sugar together. And she's like, oh, sure. So I opened the jar and it had turned into wine. Now, I don't remember if it was leftover, if I had put yeast in it or not, but it is wine. But it's got almost no fruit in it, so it doesn't have a lot of flavor. And so I can make that plain wine into a fruit wine by just adding fruit to it. And I was seriously considering just buying something like organic blueberry juice and just putting it in there. Now I have blueberry wine. And it's something I could do. Like, that's not cheating, that's a thing. But then when I was eating that passion fruit today, I thought, oh, that's not what I'm going to do. That's not what I'm going to do. I'm not going to go buy organic blueberry juice, which would be good. It would taste yummy. And I was looking forward to, I could even split that jar. It's like a half gallon. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll make a quart of blueberry and a quart of passion fruit. Because it occurred to me when I ate that today, I have in the past done the process to get the passion fruit pulp together. I think I boiled it, and then you have to run it through a cheesecloth or something to get the seeds out, and then you have the actual fruit pulp. And I had that in the freezer. You can freeze it, and I busted it out. I don't remember what I did with it. I put it on something, maybe ice cream. It was really, really good. But because it's the end of the summertime, and because things are becoming ripe, and Sukkot is coming too soon, I really, really think what I'm going to do, at least with part of it, is just do the passion fruit and make passion fruit wine. And I think that would be pretty darn yummy. So, excited. I wanted to share that with y'all. Showed you the fruit, showed you the vines in case you have these things growing on your property. Definitely did not plant them at all. Here they are. Let's see if I can get this thing. It's way up there. It looks like a turkey foot, sort of. And it's a vine, and the fruit looks like lime. So you may have it. You have to look around. You got to walk around your property and learn these things, all the blessings the Father gives you. All right, I'm going to get back to my chores. Bless you. Shalom.